have did some diligence.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Nobody's signing, so
What?
Apparently some legends.
he needs to come home.
Sonic's legends, but
Same moment. We just had the same moment.
yeah.
Wait, should I offer
Before I
these?
get the other day, I was like, wow, that's a lot of...
Maybe depending on what time.
That's where I go when I leave the dais. I'm like, well, I misjudged it again.
Yo, damn.
Guys,
That's-
oh yeah, the audio
I
stuff.
just go. And I don't even. Dang.
Thought
Oops.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
God damn it. Oh well.
How's your car?
That's all private.
No, I know. I know. That's why I was like, some people aren't going to believe this.
April Fool's post saying your guys out.
Depending on what time we get out of here. Okay, yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
People were like, oh my God, how could you?
That's a good thing, though. You got them. You got them.
Cybertruck, obviously.
That would have been very funny. Very funny. Ay, ay, ay. It's my first. Well, I guess we've had public hearings. Does this kind of count? I mean, I guess you were supposed to.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of.
Where's evening one? Yeah.
Monday.
Nick.
Monday.
Yeah, what are we doing? Like,
No, let me in.
just like,
There's a morning virtual.
yeah. Oh, it's virtual.
Morning, 9:30 to whatever.
So are you going to be here for Monday morning? And, okay.
And then afternoon.
Yeah.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Apologies for needing a few minutes there to get our tech all set up and ready to go. So happy to see everyone here this evening. The April 2nd, 2026 meeting of the Select Committee on the Library Levy will come to order. It's 5:35 p.m. I'm Maritza Rivera, Chair of the committee. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Lynn.
Here.
Councilmember Rink.
Present.
Councilmember Saka.
Here.
Councilmember Strauss.
Here.
Councilmember Foster.
Here.
Councilmember Juarez. Councilmember Kettle. Vice Chair Hollingsworth.
Here.
Chair Rivera.
Present.
7 council members are present.
Thank you, clerk. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for coming today. I want to thank you, colleagues, and members of the public, and anyone that is joining us online. Sharing your thoughts as part of this, and want to thank you for sharing your thoughts as part of this public hearing. These hearings are really an important part of our legislative process. I am grateful for your engagement, and I am really looking forward to hearing your words today. Before we start today, I wanted to quickly recap the mayor's $410 million levy renewal proposal, which I support. This proposal is 50% larger than the 2019 levy. That's on top of accounting for inflation. I have received some emails, and colleagues, you may have as well, describing this levy proposal as status quo. I'm not always certain where constituents receive information and what is out there, but as I just confirmed, this levy is 50% more than what would have been the status quo. Status quo would have been a baseline of $219 million plus inflation. But because we care about our libraries, we made sure that, despite the levy cap, we had a proposal that included new funding. I'm restating this because I want to make sure that constituents understand how much is actually in the package. I also want to answer a question that came up in our select committee earlier this week about funding to complete the HVAC systems at the 5 remaining library branches that need cooling. There was confusion as to whether or not we actually had a grant from FEMA to do the work. I'm relieved to report that we do have a letter, which you received today, colleagues, confirming the grant to add cooling to these 5 branches by the end of next year. This is an example of my overall concern with government spending and making decisions based on speculation rather than reality. The reality is we have a FEMA grant. As to additional funding for deferred and ongoing maintenance, there is almost $86 million in this proposal for that purpose, of which almost $30 million is actually new funding. The library indicated that they will have to do more work in 5 to 10 years. But we will have a levy renewal in 7 years that we can add more maintenance funding to. As we do with all levy renewals, we add additional funding each time to do more work. Adding that money now diminishes our ability to address pressing needs today. At the risk of sounding like a broken record, this is a solid proposal that not only adds baseline plus inflation, but 50% more on top of that. We need to make our decisions defensible to our residents who are footing the bill. With that, we're going to go to our public hearing. If there's no objection, the agenda will be adopted. Hearing no objection, the agenda is adopted. Will the clerk please read item 1 into the record?
Agenda item 1, Council Bill 121181, an ordinance relating to regular property taxes, providing for the submission to the qualified electors of the city at an election to be held on August 4th, 2026, of a proposition authorizing the city to levy regular property taxes for up to 7 years in excess of the limitation on levies in Chapter 8455 RCW for the purpose of sustaining investments in library operating hours, collections, technology, programming, and maintenance, while expanding access to opportunity through library materials, technology, and undertaking a seismic retrofit of one library facility, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts.
Thank you, clerk. As presiding officer, I'm now opening the public hearing on Council Bill 121181. Clerk, how many speakers are signed up today?
Currently, we have 30 in-person speakers and 5 remote speakers signed up.
Thank you, clerk. Given that, and following our council rules, each speaker will have 1 minute. Clerk, I will now hand this over to you to present the instructions, and then I will read the names for in-person speakers, and we will, well, I'll let you read the instructions. I think you have that. Thank you, clerk.
Thank you. The public hearing will be moderated in the following manner. The public hearing will continue until all registered speakers have had an opportunity to speak. Speakers will be called in the order they registered. We will start with 10 in-person speakers, then alternate to remote speakers, and continue in that manner until all registered speakers have spoken. Speakers will hear a chime when 10 seconds are left of their time. The public hearing is now open. We will begin with the first speaker on the list.
All right, thank you, clerk. Members of the public, all 3 mics are working, and it would be really great. I'm going to call a few at a time, and if you want to queue up, that might make the process run a little more smoothly. We're going to begin with Kathy Benson, then Steve Del Vecchio, Sharon Hamill, and then Brian Lawrence, and then Katie Rozig. Sorry, I can't. Recipe. All right, Kathy. Welcome.
My name is Kathy Benson, and I have lived in Wedgwood since 1990. I go to the Northeast branch about 2 to 3 times a week. I walk there, I go there, and every time I go, it brings me joy. It's especially important to me to fund books, programs, and buildings because I take advantage of so many of the services of the library and watch people around me doing the same thing. I'm in a book club. Sometimes I have to wait a very, very, very long time to get the book for our book club. So I won't mind if we have a few more copies of some books. I don't have a TV, so I take advantage of the movies and TV series that I can get at the library. I take advantage of the meeting rooms. I just find joy, for example, when I watch a little kid step up on the step stool and check out his very own books. As a Seattle taxpayer, I want to see more
Kathy,
resources.
I'm sorry.
I'm almost out of time.
Yeah, Time is up.
My time is up. Okay. Please vote to fund all of the proposed amendments. Thank you.
Thank you, but Kathy, please leave your remarks in the box and then we can see the rest of it if you'd like. All right, Steve Delvecchio, Sharon Hamill, Brian Lawrence, Katie Recepci, and Jen Southwell. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Steve Delvecchio. I live in Wedgwood. I'm strongly in favor of the amendments proposed by Council Members Foster, Juarez, Lynn, Rink, and Strauss. Without them, this levy will not meet the needs of the people of Seattle. I've been a library user for over 65 years. I've also been a library volunteer supporter and worker for much of that time. The public library is a remarkable, unique, and almost miraculous service in a society and culture that is largely defined by greed, power, and profit for the few. The library is defined by love and generosity. It is the only place in our city where anyone can go without explaining or identifying themselves and be welcomed. It is a place where kind, caring, and expert workers will endeavor to help you with what you want or need. This work that library workers do is extraordinary. It also is demanding, stressful, and at times traumatizing. My plea is that you recognize this and significantly increase the funding for frontline library staff without demanding an increase in hours. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Sharon Hamill, Brian Lawrence, Katie, Jen Southwell, David Strauss.
Hi, my name is Sharon Hamill, and I live in now Bob Kettle's district. I voted for Eddie. I'm asking you to please, I moved. I'm asking you to please support all of the proposed amendments in the library levy. I'm especially supportive of the amendments from council members Foster, Rink, Lynn, and Strauss to support library spaces and equipment. You know how important it is to your sanity to be in a nice place. The library's FEMA grant in 2024 under the Biden administration will help install air conditioning at branches, but this is a one-time award that does not pay for the full cost of the work. We've seen that in the last levy. For the library to provide ongoing maintenance and upgrades for HVAC and to maintain all of its physical buildings, it needs consistent and ongoing funding. The proposed amendments include funding for a seismic retrofit of West Seattle, deferred maintenance, ADA, and improvements to the children's area in the Central Library. These are essential infrastructure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Brian Lawrence, Katie, Jen Southwell, David Strauss, and Gwen Geronimo. And if you want to queue up, that'd be great. Thank you. Go ahead, Brian.
Good evening, council members. I'm Brian Lawrence. Many levy conversations have centered around dollar figures and levy caps. But are we missing the point? The point is the people. The 50 kids taking part in summer reading celebration at the West Seattle branch. I joyfully advocate for that branch to be as safe as possible for those kids. The patrons I met from Argentina, Mexico, China, and Korea who gathered at the Beacon Hill branch for their English conversation circle, a retired teacher with limited income, the hours of enjoyment she gets from library books help keep her sane and away from the depressing TV news. And the two entrepreneurs I met who were getting step-by-step instructions from top-notch librarians on how to start their own nonprofits. The library is the best investment we can make in core city services. It has delivered value for decades in every neighborhood, for all ages, for all backgrounds. The amounts we are debating over 7 years will not break our city. In fact, they'll enrich our city and make it stronger. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Katie Recepci, I'm so sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name. I can't read.
Hi, I'm subbing in for Katie. Katie took my number 22 because I have my kid here and she let me go first because she loves the library. She's nice.
So you're Susan?
I am Susan.
Hi, Susan.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
Hi, everyone. My name is Susan Liu. I am a West Seattle resident, the interim executive director of Theater Off Jackson in the CID, and a local author. I am in favor of this amendment to add to the library levy, and I'll tell you why. When I was 11 years old, my mother died from a botched tummy tuck, and my family never talked about it. As children of Vietnamese immigrants, we did not have the tools to talk about grief or our feelings, and I went to the safest place in my life, which was the public library. The books there opened me up to the rest of the world, and it led me to the campuses of Harvard and Yale, and eventually I documented my journey with intergenerational healing with my memoir, The Manicurist's Daughter, which was a Seattle Public Library Peak Pick. And in the 2 years as being an author, I've met so many readers. I've met a young man who was estranged from his mother, who, after reading this book, decided to call her after 3 years. A woman who was going to get plastic surgery with 4 kids made a different choice because of this book. Please provide more resources for our community to heal, because that is how we will serve our community. And my 6-year-old has something to say.
I love libraries, give them money.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Jen Southwell, David Strauss, Gwen Geronimo, Janelle Blakely, and then Laura Miller. Hi,
How you
welcome.
follow that? Hi, my name is Jen Southwell, and I've been on the Seattle Public Library Foundation Board for 7 years. I joined right when we passed the last library levy, and I've seen it in action, and I'm so happy to speak about the library today. I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments for the library levy. I'm especially interested in Councilmember Rink's amendment to fund the seismic retrofit for the West Seattle branch. I'm a regular user of all the West Seattle branch libraries. I understand that we first must retrofit the Columbia branch due to safety needs and to fulfill the commitment of the last library, but it is critical to retrofit the West Seattle branch. And to do that, it must first be funded. So Councilmember Rink's amendment does exactly that. And you know, the best time to fund a retrofit is before we have that next earthquake. So please vote yes to fund this critical community need in West Seattle. Thank you for your commitment to our library and our city. Thanks.
Thank you. David Strauss, Gwen Geronimo, Janelle Blakely, and Laura Miller. And can I please ask everyone to do jazz hands instead of clapping? I sure would appreciate that. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, I'm David Strauss. I'm a resident of Queen Anne. I live a couple blocks away from the Queen Anne Branch Library. I do urge you humbly to support the amendments to the levy. The importance of books in our community is real, and they are among the things that we can touch and share even across miles. And so they're both socially galvanizing and culturally expanding. Books are sort of uncharacteristically a really important part of even our digital age. I'd also like to say we need these buildings. We need these buildings to be improved significantly. They are still community markers and also refuges for so many people and so many of us in Seattle. Thanks very much.
Thank you, David. Gwen Geronimo, Janelle Blakely, and Laura Miller.
Testing. Good evening. My name is Gwen Geronimo from West Seattle. I'm humbly asking you to support the extra funding for books, programs, and for the buildings of the Seattle Public Library. It's a sanctuary against the cold Seattle winters as well as the hot Seattle summers. Something I didn't expect to when I came here from Hawaii. It also gave me access to both a computer and a printer, which allowed me to volunteer for different programs around the state, and eventually landing a job with the Department of Ecology. I'd love more resources, especially to the buildings and for the programs there, because I was able to give back to the community that I care for and eventually help protect the waters of the state that I love. Please, oh my goodness, sorry. Please vote yes for all the funded amendments. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you, Gwen. Janelle Blakely and Laura Miller, and then we'll go to online speakers. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Janelle Blakely. I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments to the library levy. I want to provide one note on the city's levy capacity. You may have seen it reported, including in an article this morning, that a $410 million levy would push our property tax number from $3.02 to $3.21. This is inaccurate. It does not account for the 2019 library levy cost rolling off. It also misstates the starting place of the city's current regular levy rate, which is $2.96. It is more accurate to state that a $410 million replacement library levy would take the city from $2.96 to $3.03, an increase of just 7 cents out of a $3.60 levy limit. Additional investments only increase that by a few cents. Please don't use past levy decisions or an uncertain future to shortchange the library in the present. Polling shows that our city wants and expects to see a library levy that matches needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Janelle. Laura Miller, and then we'll go to online speakers, Justin Baird, Colleen McAleer, David Haynes, Ann Tyson, and Amy Theobald, just so you know who's up next. Welcome, Laura.
Hi, council members. My name is Laura Miller. I live on Beacon Hill and serve on the board of the Friends of the Seattle Public Library. I'm also an educator and a doctoral candidate at Seattle University. I strongly support the proposed amendments to increase the library levy, especially Councilmember Lynn's amendment to make sure our library buildings are properly maintained, including having adequate cooling. I've seen firsthand how powerful libraries are for students. I've had students chase a research question from the classroom to their local branch, all the way to the Library of Congress with the help of amazing librarians. But that only works if the space itself supports learning. Safe, welcoming, air-conditioned spaces matter, especially in neighborhoods like mine as heat becomes more of an issue. It's an investment, not just in our buildings, but in the students and communities who rely on them. Thank you for your leadership and for supporting our libraries.
Thank you, Laura. All right, we're going to online speakers. I don't see Justin Baird present, so we'll go to Colleen McAleer. Please press *6 and you may begin.
Good evening, City Council members. My name is Colleen McAleer, a long-term resident of Seattle, lived in many neighborhoods, and today representing our neighborhoods with young children and seniors whose go-to place is a public library. Back when the city charter started, Article number 12 requires a library fund at its origin. That's how important it is, and was previously funded by the city's general fund. Now it's shifted to residents and property owners, which means renters pay that in their rents and homeowners pay it as well. So at $410 million, the library levy is nearly double from the tax in the prior one to cover all of its expenses. And we support this library levy, but reject all of the new, very expensive amendments that taxpayers simply cannot afford. There are real concerns that this additional tax levy requires the city to exceed its levy limits from the state chapter 8455 RCW onto property owners. And any more levy to the 410 puts Seattle at dangerously high tax limits, the highest in the state. While everybody is well-meaning about the books, it's also we have to pay the bills. City Council must be fiscally responsible not to propose to exceed the $410 million levy proposals. And Seattle property taxes have already paid for the parks and levies, children's and family and free preschools to provide resources for our children and grown-ups. Thank you for your work in keeping Seattle affordable.
Thank you, Colleen. I don't see David Haynes present, so Ann Tyson, you can press *6 and you may begin. All right, we'll come back to you, Ann. Amy Theobald, please press *6 and you may begin.
Good evening, Chair Rivera and other council members. My name is Amy Theobald. I'm a resident of Capitol Hill in Councilmember Hollingsworth District. And I want to start by stating my support for the library levy and the amendments. I especially appreciate the additions to support the expansion of ebooks, which I tend to gravitate towards, and also the support for ESL programs. My mother was a public librarian who instilled in me, my brother, and my sister a deep love for reading and books. My sister went on to earn her PhD in English. For me, reading and gaining knowledge has always shaped my worldview. It has made me a more active participant in society and our democratic ways of life. I especially appreciate the library's collections and strongly support investing in the materials, the collection of books and programming so that we can all continue to share in these rich resources. Please invest in our libraries. Seattle is a wonderful place to live because of the libraries. This levy is only 7 years, and so.
Thank you, Amy. If you have additional comments, please do email them into council. All right, we'll go back to Ann Tyson. Ann, press *6, and then you may begin.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm a Seattle resident living near the University branch, and my family and I and many other neighbors often visit University, Northeast branch, downtown and West Seattle libraries. We love the story times, the summer reading programs, quiet study and workrooms, and also the excellent research support provided by the libraries. We've also volunteered with Friends of the Library over many years. So this is a fantastic resource for all Seattle citizens, whether children, seniors, job seekers, and students. And I urge you to vote yes and pass the generous $410 million library levy. I also agree it should be capped at that amount to maintain fiscal and responsibility and the equitable nature of this support. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. I don't see Justin Baird or David Haynes present, so I'll go back to in-person speakers. We will start in person again with Nilu Jenks, Faith Pettis, Tiffany Sevilla, Stephanie Axelrod, and Mandy Toomey. Hi, Nilu.
Hi, council members. My name is Nilu Jenks, and I live in North Seattle. I'm a member of the library's Joint Advocacy Committee, and I'm a lifelong library lover. When I was in elementary school, my family couldn't really afford books, but I was an avid reader. The library was a treasure. Today, I organize a book club that spans generations, from people in their 20s to a member over 85 years old who sometimes misses meetings for her dance competitions. That's the kind of community the library makes possible. That's why I support Councilmember Rink's amendment to increase access to books. It helps sustain these connections across the city. We had our meeting just last night, and one of our elder members wanted me to pass on that at this time, libraries are an incredible institution that we really need, provides public services at free access, a place for truth, for democracy and knowledge. I please ask you to support our library, support democracy, and support readers. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilu. Faith Pettis, Tiffany Sevilla, Tiffany Sevilla, Stephanie Axelrod, and Mandy Toomey.
Great. Thank you, council members. My name is Faith Pettis, and I'm a trustee for the Seattle Public Library. I'm here speaking on behalf of the Board of Trustees. In their recent op-ed, my board colleague and chair, Yasmin Mehdi, and her co-authors from the foundation and friends said it well. You have an opportunity to approve a levy that matches what our community needs from its library. The proposed amendments for collections, programs, and capital projects and maintenance meet those important goals. I ask you to approve them so that our library can achieve its strategic goals and serve all Seattle residents. I would also like to note that the board takes very seriously our commitment to delivering the projects funded in each approved levy. The library has a clear track record of delivering what we promised, and I am confident that we will do this going forward. Thank you for all your work on these amendments and your collaboration.
Thank you, Faith. Tiffany Sevilla, Stephanie Axelrod, Mandy Toomey, Matt Hillman. Go ahead, Tiffany.
Thank you, council members. My name is Tiffany Sevilla. I am a resident of District 2. I live in Rainier Beach, where safety is a paramount concern. And for me, libraries are an important part of safety. When I go to the Rainier Beach branch, I see youth getting tutoring and having activities like a Lego club and different story times. And it's important that we have those third spaces, not only for public safety, but also for climate resilience. Having third spaces and climate-controlled spaces in particular is really important. Neighbors who know each other can care about each other. Community cohesion boosts resilience to emergencies and climate disasters. So I am very much in support of my council member Lynn's amendment regarding deferred maintenance. Thank you all for your commitment to libraries and our city.
Thank you, Tiffany. Stephanie Axelrod, Mandy Toomey, Matt Hillman, Amy Solomon. And you can please step up if you want to one of the mics if
Hello.
you're next. Stephanie,
Thank you.
go
Hi.
ahead, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm
You can
Stephanie
begin.
Axelrod. Thank you, Chair Rivera and council members. I'm a property owner in Hawthorne Hills in District 4. I've raised a family of readers. My husband is here. He's a reader. We've passed that on to our sons, Isaac and Jared. I know that many people, homeowners and renters alike, are concerned about rising property taxes. The good news is that the library represents a tiny portion of the overall property taxes and pays off for our community many times over. Library programs help empower many immigrants, refugees, aspiring business owners, and they succeed in the workplace. Doing so benefits not just those individuals, but our economy overall. Even if you don't use those specific programs, when you support them through the library levy, you contribute to both personal success of neighbors and the community overall. Thank you for the funding amendments, especially those that are proposing for expanded multilingual programming, and I can't think of a better use of taxpayer dollars. Thanks you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Mandy Toomey, Matt Hillman, Amy Solomon, and Florence Larson. Mandy, go ahead.
Good evening, council members. Council member Hollingsworth, you are my council member. The Seattle Public Library, to me, represents the best of society. It represents information sharing and community building, and not consumerism. People at the library are treated with dignity, regardless of where they're from and where they're living. I was listening to Mayor Wilson speak earlier this week about the homelessness crisis, which we definitely see on the streets of Capitol Hill. And I feel that investing in libraries is part of that solution. That's why I'm in favor of the proposed amendments to add more funds to the library levy. I also have to say, as a former educator, I love volunteering with the homework help program, where I can sit side by side with immigrant students, working mostly on their math, which is a challenge for me. The library is more than books. It's knowledge, it's community, it's dignity. It's important to invest in the things that we love, things that build up our society.
Thank you, Mandy, and thank you for volunteering. Matt, Amy Solomon, Florence Larson, Amy Giravisitul, and John Medeiros. Matt?
Hello, Chair Rivera and council members. My name is Matt Hillman. I'm a longtime resident of District 3. I'm the president of the board president of the Seattle Public Library Foundation and a co-author of the recent editorial encouraging a stronger library levy. I'm pleased to see the amendments to the levy deepening the support for library facilities, collections, and programs. Thank you so much for your thoughtful attention to creating a library levy that gives our community the library it urgently wants and needs. I want to call special attention to Councilmember Rink's amendment to expand Peak Picks to ebooks. A few days ago, I went into my neighborhood bookstore and bought a copy of Tana French's new book, The Keeper, as soon as it was released. I can afford to take time in the middle of my day and shell out $35 for a new hardcover. Why should only people like me be able to read new releases the day they come out and be able to take part in a national conversation about the latest great story or important issue? Peak Picks and ebooks are about access and equity, allowing everyone to participate in these conversations. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Amy Solomon, Florence Larson, Amy Giravisitul. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. John Medeiros. Amy Solomon?
Yes, I'm Amy Solomon, a longtime resident of Capitol Hill in District 3. I serve on the Library Foundation Board. Please adopt the proposed amendments to the library levy and approve them for inclusion on the August ballot. A recent example of library programming is the Global Reading Challenge. 3,700 fourth and fifth graders participated this year with a winning team of sixth, fourth graders from John Stanford School. The challenge ties reading comprehension, team building, cooperation, life skills to books. Then the issue of deferred maintenance, totally different. Hugely relevant to the brick and mortar and digital needs of the library facilities and system. Costs escalate and access is disruptive if we ignore the deferred maintenance. At the committee meeting last week, some of you related your own experiences that encapsulated the tangible value of the library. When people share these moving stories to describe something meaningful in their lives with someone else, it creates a space and a starting point for mutual understanding and respect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. I just want to say, colleagues, for the record, Councilmember Kettle has joined us and joined us a little bit ago. So thank you, Councilmember Kettle. All right, we have Florence Larson, Amy Jaravicito, John Medeiros, Jeff Sabado, and then Katie Rosa Pecci. All right, Florence.
Hello, my name is Florence Larson, and I live in Capitol Hill, so District 3. And I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments to the library levy. I want to especially note how proposed levy and amendments would support our amazing library staff. And I know a few of you have a favorite librarian, and I certainly do too. The proposal would expand staff capacity for programming and outreach, adding more employees to do this essential work and freeing up essential staff to do what they do best. I thank Councilmember Rink for recognizing that expanding the collection will require those dedicated staff to support purchasing, inventory, and much more in order to provide people with the books they want. Please vote yes to support library staff. Thank you.
Thank you, Florence. Amy Jaravicito. Amy, how do you pronounce your last name? I'm so sorry.
Gilavisikon.
Thank you. Amy, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Amy Gilavisikon. I live in Lower Queen Anne, and I am urging the City Council to expand the levy. I grew up in a low-income household with my parents being from a refugee and immigrant background, and we relied on the library to access community resources, and it's where I fostered my love of learning and literacy. As an expecting parent, I think it's more important than ever for the coming generation to have access to these critical community spaces. I'm especially appreciative of the amendments co-sponsored by Councilmember Foster and Juarez for programs that are going to support multilingual English learners and really reflect the diversity of the community in Seattle. Especially now during this time of heightened misinformation, censorship, and wealth inequality. We really need the investment in these equitable spaces. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. John Medeiros, Jeff Sabado, and Katie Rosa Pecci. Sorry about the name. John?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm John Medeiros. I'm a resident of District 7, and I'm a regular user of the Magnolia Branch Library. But I'm not here to advocate for funding specifically for our branch. Rather, I believe the library is a cornerstone of efforts to promote literacy and love of learning throughout the city. We need to regard the library levy as an investment program, investment in our younger generations and in the future of our society. At a time when our national government is so sadly going in precisely the wrong direction, cutting investments in health, education, science, we must act locally to ensure Seattle has a diverse, literate, and well-informed population. Our democracy needs strong libraries. For that reason, I hope the Council will endorse in particular the amendments by Council members Foster and Juarez that will increase the citywide impact of the library's programs. I thank the Council members for your attention.
Thank you. Jeff Sabado, and then Katie Rosa Pecci, and then Lauren Califano and Jennifer Liu.
Good evening. My name is Jeff Sabado, and I am a resident of West Seattle. I wrote a book in the 3rd grade. It was titled My Life as a Potato and How It Ended. I was incredibly proud when that book won a class competition, was given its own Dewey Decimal number, and put in the library. And since then, I've been a passionate, lifelong reader. The convenience I get from the Seattle Public Library is first class, but even if too often I'm waiting for some of the books that I put on hold for far too long. I don't mind paying taxes for the things that bring me joy and the things that build community here in our city, and the library does both of those things. I'm especially grateful for amendments to increase the collections, both digital and Peak Picks, and to upgrade our beautiful branch in West Seattle. I encourage you to pass both the library and its associated amendments. And in case you were wondering, my life as a potato ended with me being French fried. I mean, how else would it have happened for a slightly chubby third grader? Thank you, council members, and especially council members Sakis, Foster, and Rink, who represent me in West Seattle.
Thank you, Jeff. All right, Katie, Rosa Pecci or C, and then Lauren Califano, Jennifer Lowe. Katie?
Hi, my name is Katie Rosa Pepe. I'm a 15-year resident of West Seattle, and I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments to the library levy. It's especially important to me personally because the library has a huge positive impact in my life. As a single parent of a voracious reader, I'm able to provide unlimited books and knowledge to my 9-year-old. I calculated how much I would have spent on books if I hadn't been able to check them out, and I couldn't have afforded it. We also visit our neighborhood branch for programs. I just took my kid last week to their first tween program, and a legitimate teenager, 13, was sad they were too old to attend. The librarian said, "Of course you can, come on in." And that's what it comes down to. The library is a welcoming space for everyone, and we need to fully fund it. Thank you, council members, for your commitment to our library and our city.
Thank you, Katie. Lauren Califano, Jennifer Lowe, and Mason Pashia. Jennifer, go ahead.
Lauren. I'm Lauren. Am I next?
Oh, sorry, Lauren.
Yeah.
Apologies. Lauren, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Lauren Califano. I live in District 1, and I'm a regular user of the West Seattle branch. I'm also on the board of the Friends of the Library. When I graduated college, my mom gave me a special gift. It's a library book that I forgot to return as a child. While I enjoyed this relic of its time, I brought it here today as a reminder that libraries need more funding for collections. Library books go missing, they break down from use, and in the case of ebooks and audiobooks, which I myself use constantly, they expire. As a Seattle taxpayer and homeowner, I'm asking you to please support all of the amendments to the library levy, especially the amendment for providing more funding for collections. Thank you to all of our council members for your commitment to the library and our city.
Thank you, Lauren. Jennifer Lowe, Mason Pashia, and Paul Tyler.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lowe, and I serve as the current board president for the Friends of the Seattle Public Library, and I live in District 3. Today, I urge the council to support all funded amendments to the library levy. Specifically, I'm here to advocate for Councilmember Rink's amendments to expand funding for digital books. While the initial levy proposal is a start, it does not do enough to address the reality of skyrocketing demand and the frustratingly long wait times for ebooks. Councilmember Rink's proposal bridges that gap, ensuring our digital collections remains accessible rather than just aspirational. Furthermore, introducing a digital version of Peak Picks would be a transformative upgrade to one of the library's most beloved services. While these amendments represent relatively small dollar amounts, they offer high visible return for the public. Residents in every neighborhood will notice and benefit daily from this amendment. Please vote yes to ensure our library system keeps pace with how our community actually reads today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Mason Pashia, Paul Tyler, Angel Sauls, and Kokoro Oroku. Mason, go ahead.
Good evening, council members. My name is Mason Pasha, and I'm a West Seattle resident in District 1. I am in favor of the proposed amendments to the library levy. As one of the last great third spaces, we need to invest in libraries, strengthening their foundations, both physical and physical, within our communities. Seismic retrofits like the one proposed for the West Seattle Library branch by Councilmember Rink are critical to ensuring safe and enduring community spaces. All libraries, including my local West Seattle branch and the High Point branch, offer West Seattle a menu of programs and resources that serve every community member, from family reading time and homework help to tax and entrepreneurial support to just being a free place to be. I often describe libraries as a modern miracle, a true public good that gives and asks little in return. That important work will be able to continue safely and assuredly if all council members support the funding needed to complete the project identified in Rink's amendment. Thank you, council members, for your commitment to the library and our commitment to our beautiful city.
Thank you, Mason. Paul Tyler, Angel Sauls, and Kokoro Oranku. Gosh, I'm saying those right. Paul?
Hello, Council Chair and Council members. My name is Paul Tyler. I'm a board member of the Friends of Seattle Public Library, and I reside in Queen Anne, District 7. I'm in favor of the proposed amendments and request that they be included in the proposed library levy. The library is the fabric of Seattle. Our libraries represent the value of public spaces, spaces that bind us together for a common cause as active citizens in a community. A library provides free and safe spaces to grow and explore ideas, a key aspect of our democracy. Libraries have the ability to develop passion for reading and have a significant impact on literacy. These spaces allow for inquiry, exploration, and deep learning. As a retired educator, I have always valued and promoted lifelong learning. Please support the additional funding to have library systems reach its full capacity as a central hub of the Seattle community. The library provides cultural exchanges, which strengthens our community ties. In closing, I believe the amendments have been presented in a thoughtful and fiscal response, and I thank you for your leadership. It's more needed today than ever before, and I ask that you support the amendments. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Angel Sauls, Kokoro Orunku. And then we'll go to online. I see our online speakers on. Angel?
Hi.
Hi.
Council members, good to see you again. I know we keep meeting like this, so thank you. My name is Angel Sauls. I'm a proud member of the Friends of Seattle Public Library. You've seen quite a few of us here. We have been supporting the Seattle Public Library since 1941. Our mission is to elevate the library and inspire the love of reading in our communities. I care about libraries because they are a pillar of our community, which creates, cultivates, and ensures emotional, physical, and psychological safety, discovery, and wonder. I am in favor of all of the proposed amendments. I do want to touch on that the proposed levy, it largely maintains the status. Hold on, glasses are going to be needed. I was going to try to not use them, but here we go. Okay, so the proposed levy largely maintains the status quo and is insufficient, and it is unacceptable for progressive, well-read, diverse city of Seattle. I would like also to say that because the 2019 levy was $219 million, some news outlets described the $410 million proposal representing an increase of nearly 50%, and that was incorrect. So what I would ask you to do is please support Councilmember Rink's amendments regarding books. Please support Councilmember Foster Juarez's amendments regarding programs. Please support amendments from Councilmember Rink, Foster, Lynn, and Strauss. Last but not least, don't let an inclination to focus on the future steal our present. Thank you, council members, for all that you do, especially for our libraries and for our city. And now I can see you.
Thank you, Angel. Oh, sorry. Kokoro Orunku, and then we'll go to online.
Hi, my name is Kokoro Oriaku. Good evening, all. I stand here today in strong support of increasing the library levy, especially in a world where everything is based on what it produces for the richest people, not for community. To me, a library is not just a building filled with books. It's a quiet engine of society. It's a place where every word's imagination is discovered. It is a place where students find resources. It is a place where people that are looking for a job go to get support. And it's also a place where communities come together freely to share, to connect on equal footing. It's in a city like Seattle that's known for innovation and progress. We must ensure that access to knowledge is not a privilege, but a right. An increased levy means longer hours, stronger programs, and updated resources. And the true measure of a city like Seattle is not just the city line or the skyline or the beautiful nature,
Thank
but
you, Kokoro.
it's how well we support our people by investing in our libraries, invest in equity, education, and in the standard of a shared future.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, we'll go to online speakers now in person. So we'll go to that person, David Haynes, then Brittany Morgully and Alifia Dolkawala. David Haynes, are you here in person?
Hi, thank you, David Haynes. That's all right. I'll just go from the phone. I would like to point out that there's like a $195 million increase in the demands for the levy. And so there has to be a caveat that at least 1 or 2 days a week, you got to provide a 21st century first world quality time of the library being open, like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And in order to make it truly enjoyable, you got to allow for the service providers to be fully supported to deal with all of the troubled souls that keep bothering people at the library. It's become impossible to sit down for even 20 minutes in the computer section because there's these behavioral crisis people that passive aggressively want to bully and bother you. And when you try to sit down to read the newspaper, they butt the head of the other person sitting behind you so close that you end up hitting. And then people are walking past, crinkling and crunkling the steel plates. And we don't need any child porno accommodation. We need to get the kids further away from the ground floor. And
Thank you, David. Brittany Morgully, Alifia Dolkawala, and then Una Martin, and then Sarah Stanley. Brittany? 29, yes. No worries. Brittany?
Okay, yes.
Yes, great, welcome.
Okay,
Go
hi.
ahead.
I'm Brittany Morosky, and I'm a renter in Ballard. And I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments to the library levy because they are essential investments in affordability. A vibrant library system is the foundation of an affordable city. It's how we guarantee that books and knowledge belong to everyone. The average household will pay no more than $15 a month for the library levy, even if the funded amendments are included, as I very much hope they are. That $15 a month provides Seattle families access to a collection of over 3 million items, 5,800 yearly programs and classes, and free access to meeting rooms, computers, and Wi-Fi across the city. The proposed funded amendments support the public good by increasing support for collections, programming, and infrastructure. The library is one of the few places in Seattle where a person can spend their time without needing to spend any money. What's more affordable than that?
Thank you, Brittany. Alifia Dolkawala, and then Una Martin, and then Sarah Stanley. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Alifia Dolkwala. I live in Capitol Hill. I love using the Libby app and checking out books from our local libraries. I'm also part of a climate crisis group that meets at the Seattle Public Libraries. I'm asking you to please support all the funded amendments to the library levy. It's especially important to me to fund the expansion of both physical and digital books. Their value is priceless, and libraries are magical spaces that we all have core memories at. As a Seattle taxpayer, I want to see more resources for the library via the levy because now it is more important than ever to support the expansion and education of our minds. Thank you, council members, for your commitment to our library and our city. Please vote yes to the funded amendments.
Thank you, Alifia. Una Martin, Sarah Stanley, and Mia Davison.
Hello, good evening, council members. My name is Una Martin, and I'm coming from Capitol Hill. I'm here today to support the levy, and I am especially in favor of Council Member Foster and Juarez amendments to increase funding for multilingual speakers of languages other than English. As an individual who grew up in a single-parent immigrant household, the library wasn't only a safe third space for us, but also a vital resource of survival for my family. My mother often used the library as a resource to continue her English language education, and I believe that without accessible programs like these, we will be doing families like mine and many others a huge disservice. Continuing to invest in the library is planning for the future. So please vote to continue to invest in our families and communities by supporting these amendments. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sarah Stanley and then Mia Davison.
Hi, I'm Sarah Stanley from Councilmember Kettle's district. I want to say thank you to Council Members Juarez, Strauss, Foster, Rink, and Lynn for recognizing that the library needs a levy that is more robust and supportive to cover the next 7 years. I agree 100% with your amendments. When I told my Uber driver who immigrated to the United States 10 years ago that I was speaking here tonight, he was so excited, he asked if I could speak for him. He told me that the library makes living in Seattle more affordable for him and his community. The free Wi-Fi, the free books, the children's books for his kids in English and his language as well, the job training help he was able to get, the air conditioning when it got too hot, and the English classes. In his words, the Seattle Library is a miracle. We must give it the money it needs. So let's put together a robust, well-funded levy and give it to the citizens of Seattle to support, and we know they want to pass. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Sarah. Mia Davison.
Hello, I'm Mia, and I'm representing the U District. Thank you for having me. I'm asking you to support all funded amendments to the library levy. I'm on a quest to find abundant third and walkable third places in Seattle, and these are one of them. As you may know, the U District branch is closed for renovations, and I miss its books, magazines, subscriptions, shows, movies, the services that it offers to the public, even as it expands into technological spaces as public needs change. And its resources and public spaces for people to use and congregate as affordability is an increasing concern. And thank you for your service, and please vote yes for library levy.
Thank you very much, Mia. All right. Is there anyone else in chambers that didn't sign up but would like to speak? All right. Well, colleagues, Mia was our last registered speaker present to speak at this public hearing. The public hearing on Council Bill 121-181 is now closed. This concludes the April 2nd meeting of the Select Committee on the Library Levy. All right. If there is no further business, this meeting will adjourn. Again, everyone, thank you so much for coming down here and to talk to us and give us your feedback on the library levy. It is clear we all very much love our libraries in Seattle, and I really appreciate you taking time on this evening to come down here. All right. Hearing no further business, it's 6:30 p.m. and this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, colleagues, for being